Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kadeen and it's my birthday. It's my birthday and it's almost 6 o'clock, which means that my fasting will be up for today at 6 soon. How are you guys? How did y'all spend my birthday? I spent the day at home. I had my morning prayer and just expressed gratitude to God for getting me to this year, 34. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. 34. Somebody said to me, say, Kadeen, your birthday tomorrow, yeah? You're like 39. I'm like, no, I'm not old. But 34 just seems so grown up, you know? And I'm like, am I really grown up? Am I really there? I don't know. I guess I am. I mean, I have no choice. But yes, so I started my day with that, just being grateful for a new year, my new year, and being grateful for other things that have taken place in my life and are about to take place in my life. And then I spent the day just moseying around the house. I'm not really doing nothing today. I didn't do anything today. It also rained, so that's that. So, what is my testimony for today? What is my testimony for today? So, whenever it is that you're going on a fast with all the great intentions and everything, I feel like God is gonna answer your prayers, but He's gonna do what He wants to do. And when I say, and I have been saying that I have a different level of peace, a peace that passes all understanding. It feels almost like nothing can bother me to the point where I am, easily triggered or so forth. When I came to God, laying all of it to Him, what I wanted, there are things that He said, I need you to work on, right? So, may have a plenty of my head and I forgot. But just honestly, just trusting that He is going to take care of you. Leading up to this whole making the decision to go on the fasting, He separated me basically from the things that would have been altering my perception, leading me away from what He wants. So social media and having certain kind of conversations that were not aligning with who I want to be and who He wants me to be. So He had to separate me from that so that I could see clearly what is required of me, because at the end of the day, I need to be my best self for whatever assignment that He has in store for me. So one of the things I learned was to one of the things in this journey was to be more accepting of and I don't want to say I'm not accepting of people and their differences or so forth, but not using psychology or social media or what my friends say or so forth to determine or to determine any situation. Like if it is that I should, something should trigger me, or something should cause me any sort of discomfort, some conversation or something that may want to start an argument, because I don't know argument or anything, but I find myself like if I'm triggered by something, I am more from a stance of, okay, something has been triggered in me, what is it that I need to work on so that this is not a trigger? Because triggers, no, me I get into psychology, but triggers, whenever you're triggered by something, it shows you that there's an unhealed version of you that needs to be worked on. Normally when the triggers come, we have a reaction. Right? Obviously we have a reaction, and the reaction shows you what part of you needs to be healed. So for me, if somebody shouts at me, I'm going to shut down. I'm not going to say anything. We just lock my mouth. I shut down. That's a trigger for me. If it is that somebody wants to tell me something and I am like as I said earlier, like I can be very stubborn, and so I'm not. If somebody we can't don't get too into that. So one trigger is if somebody shouts at me, somebody raises their voice at me, I'm going to regress. No, instead of doing that, it's like I know I can find a safer way to communicate what it is I'm feeling, rather than to just shut down. Because if you're shut down, that is not necessarily shutting down. Shutting up is not a solution in that situation. It's just as toxic as shouting back. You understand? But definitely, normally would I shut down and just not say nothing at all to the person. But if I stop talking, because you can't have two people fire. So if I stop talk and then say, when they calm down and address the issue that I didn't like you shouting at me, so forth. Anyway, I have a tendency to overanalyze. I have a tendency to analyze a lot of things, because I'll be like, oh, you're doing this because of that. Instead of looking at it from the psychological perspective, no, I'm just looking at it like, you know what? You are God's child too, and you need love and grace. I don't know. I'm hoping that's a good solution, but like He has been giving me a lot of discernment. There are certain things obviously what me now got people to address, and that's okay. Like I am not the judge or the jury in any situation, and so, but I'm also not God, in the sense that not that I can't forgive or extend grace, but I'm not the savior of everything. So it's not my responsibility to try and save everybody in each situation. I get what I mean? So so He's giving me discernment in that kind of sense, where I can protect myself, but also operate as a child of God and give love and grace with boundaries. Because if you go by the boundaries, then now I'm people please, and that is also not serving God or myself. So yeah, I have been learning that. I'm telling you that the intention of the fasting and prayer was I had 4 goals. I believe I had 4 goals. I wanted a better relationship with God. I wanted to I wanted to clear my loans. I wanted to, within the 2 weeks or 3 weeks of the fast, will I have cleared the loans, but I wanted to start taking steps to help me to clear the loans. And God has shown me how it's possible, and I think I spoke about that earlier this week, deciding that I'm going to employ a no buy year, and I'm seeing where other things have been taking place, and we have started. I've actually in these 2 weeks I've actually started to have I have actionable steps. Like, actually take one step. I've actually taken steps into clearing my debt and so forth. The other thing was the success of my event, and the other thing is a lot more personal, so I won't be sharing that on the channel. But yes, I have been seeing where even though I'm asking for these things, he has changed me internally so that I can work on these things. So it's like, okay, I want financial breakthrough. I can't be spending the way I used to be spending. I can't be making certain decisions that I used to make, because now I have to be more mindful and so forth. And it feels like, because I've supplied all my needs to him, it feels easier than when I tried to do it on my own last year. or whenever, it feels much easier, because it's like, all right, he's guiding me. It's like somebody commented on the Wednesday's video to say, he's the best accountability partner, and it's true. A Wednesday video or Tuesday video, I don't remember, but he is the best accountability partner, because it's like I said, all right, I wrote this down, I spoke to God about it. I have to keep myself up. He's going to keep me accountable, because every time I do something opposing to what I asked for, him I go remind me, say, hey, that's not what you asked for, let's get it together. So yeah, so in everything, the change has been inside out, and I just know that at the end of the year I am going to be sharing so much of how much God has done throughout the whole year, because this has really set the tone for me for everything in my life for the rest of the year and the rest of the years to come. Especially as I'm coming to the end of the fasting, I know physically I'm not physically, I'm being honest, it's not something that I can do too often. So I think I'm going to try to employ this like once a year. I had said twice a year, but I'm definitely going to just be doing it once a year. However, once I get my body back to where I want it, so probably in March, I'll start doing fasting once a week, every week. One day out of the week, I'll pick a day and I'll fast for that day. But February, I have to get my body back together, because like, can you see? You can see my bone. That's not how I started the year, I don't think. Well, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's not how I started the year at all. So yeah, it was. If I don't get to come on tomorrow, which I hope I do get to come on tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day of the fasting, and it has been a rewarding, enlightening, and very powerful journey, because some things that I was struggling with internally, some things that I was dealing with, and I was like, God, I was like, why me, or why am I go through this again, and why the situation come up, and beating up myself for certain things, and going through this whole process, God, in changing me and changing my approach on things, showing me that I can give grace to others, he has shown me how I can give grace to myself in this process. And even with fasting physically itself, like, some days I'm hungry some days I'm hungry, and God really held my hand through it and showed me how to give myself grace in those moments of weakness. And I'm saying all the time, it's a journey I'm glad I took on. I feel confident, I feel strong, I feel sure, I feel protected, I feel so loved, I feel guided, I feel full, spiritually full, and I feel as though God is pleased with me, and I can't honestly ask for anything else than for God to be pleased with me. Yeah, and it has come with a lot of shedding, a lot of personal shedding. There are people who have left my life during this period, and that's okay. And I'm sure that the Lord is going to bring the right people in, when He sees fit, when the time comes. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the people who are with me are still here, and I am grateful for the time spent with the ones who had to go. I'm grateful for the time spent with the ones who had to go, and pray for them. And if it is that they should return to my life, if they should return, then I'm sure that God will, allow me to open the door to let them back in. But there is, just as my friend welcomed me back in with open arms, and I have no resentment to anybody who has left my life. I am just thankful for the experiences that I had with them, and I wish them nothing but the best. I wish them nothing but the best, because what I've learned is God has His favor on all our lives, and if it is that these people were supposed to be in my life right now, because I'm trusting God, I'm not making a decision off of my own. If they were supposed to be in my life right now, they would be, and when they're supposed to be back in my life, they will be. So that's that. So the process of letting go has been easier because of this journey. But anyway, that's it for tonight. There was a lot of rambling, a lot of stuff. I hope that you had a wonderful Kadenified day. This is the last day of January, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for kicking it with me today, and as usual, it's Kadeen. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video, and if you feel so inspired, you can subscribe. All right, have a wonderful evening now, guys.